Hello and welcome to Camp Xbox. Microsoft Game Studios recently published a brand new Indiana Jones game from MachineGames, the same team that made the new Wolfenstein titles. I was excited for this one from the start since MachineGames puts out some good work, and it came to Game Pass on day one, so I had to hop into it. Here are my opinions on it, and all footage was captured from a Series X. I also want to thank my YouTube channel members for their support. But let's go ahead and get into this.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
This entry occurs between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade, and it's set in 1937. The famous archaeologist Indiana Jones is having some more run-ins with Nazis whenever a giant robs the college he works in to collect a mysterious artifact. It all relates to the Great Circle, where if you line up all of the major mysterious sites of the world, it creates a perfect circle. Whoever controls the circle can control everything. You travel across the globe to various locales, such as the Vatican City and the Himalayas, to find these treasures before Voss, a high-ranking Nazi archaeologist, can collect them all. It feels like a story ripped out of the movies and thrown into a game. And the way it's told is cinematic. You even get a sidekick named Gina who helps carry this adventure alongside you. The mystery's there, and it's smartly written. When you dig into the notes you pick up and the plotline about ancient languages, you can tell the writers cared about crafting a well-researched plot. Everything connects to each other, and it's enthralling the whole time. The characters are what make this work, and no Indiana Jones game would work without capturing what Harrison Ford brings to that role. The character design for him is excellent, and the animations capture his mannerisms and style well. Troy Baker voices him, and I was a bit worried that he wouldn't capture him well, but I think he does great. I think in the slower dramatic dialogue he shines, capturing the same voice as him, but it's not as close in the comedic bits. But I think overall it's still well done.
You mean they didn't know how to handle it?
Hand it over.
Will it come in handy?
That's enough.
Many were upset that this was a first-person adventure, but I wasn't as worried about it. I believe that if they thought the gameplay worked best in first person, that it must be the right choice, and now I know that to be true after playing through this. The combat works well since it's more focused on hand-to-hand combat, but it also makes all the stealth more intimidating when sneaking through areas. I also think it allows you to appreciate the finer details in this game. It's insane the things that they packed into this one, going up to display cases, reading full descriptions of items, or just reading writing all over the wall. It's crazy how much is here. This game is jam-packed with so many elements, and seeing in first person is incredible. You also get third-person moments when you use your whip or climb ladders. The change is a little awkward initially, but you do get used to it, and it makes sense why it happens. The gameplay here is solid, and their commitment to puzzles over action is among the best choices made for this game. The most fun I get out of Indiana Jones is the solving of mysteries, riddles, and spelunking. The action set pieces are littered throughout and are great, but the focus is on the plot. I was surprised by this game, which has many puzzles and things to look at. The puzzles are well thought out and don't hold your hand. Some of my favorite moments were the aha moments I got from solving puzzles. There are so many puzzles and areas in this game. This game is told episodically, and you hop between different regions across the globe. You get to explore these open areas. I love games like Bully and Deus Ex, where the space in which the game takes place is small, but packed with rich detail, which is something that this game has. For instance, when you enter Vatican City, you start in a courtyard, but it branches out in many different ways. There are locked doors and windows that allow you to sneak through. You can end up on the roof, enabling you to enter a Nazi-protected area. Somehow, the level design has it where everything loops around to give you a revealing connection to everything. The map design is incredible here, and I was impressed how exploratory this game is. Each area has its own selection of side missions and one-off mystery puzzles to solve in each area, and you can spend hours just exploring one of the open worlds, and it never gets boring. I went into this expecting something linear and all story, but instead we get something to explore and feel like an adventurer. All done in first person and feeling great. If at any time you fail the stealth, you get to try out the smooth fist combat or use any weapons you find. There's gunplay here too, but it is minimal, which I think works for this. The only real issue I had with these sections was the journal, where you keep track of everything you do. I think the controls on it are a bit awkward and maybe just aren't perfect. Yet, you do get used to it, and it's not too bothersome. Otherwise, I have no issues with the gameplay here.
Sweet dreams.
The Great Circle looks fantastic on the Series X. Lighting is the best part of the experience. The way light cracks through walls and casts shadows is stunning. The lighting brings many of the locales you visit to life. And not only that, the detail I mentioned before keeps it riveting. This is the type of game you take slowly and breathe in the environments you explore. Like in Egypt, there are mounds of sand everywhere, but between all of these are hidden areas to explore and notes to read through and pick up. It rewards exploration too with its perk system. Across the world, you can find books that will give you bonuses to damage in combat, the ability to move faster, carry more fruit, and a whole mix of different stuff. The only way to use these is by picking up collectibles and snapping pictures of significant events or monuments. Collectibles can get stale if they offer nothing to the gamer, but here, it helps you out, and you learn more about the game world on top of it. It makes something that is a blast just to look around in. The music also helps with that adventurous mood, with John Williams' original score being one of the best and most recognizable film scores in movies. Here you see it used and morphed, and it all blends so well together that it feels both nostalgic and fitting. There's some serious dedication to ensuring that it fits right in with the Indiana Jones universe, and I love that.
What's that sound?
No slide! Avalanche! Go back!
No, we have to keep going!
Stupid tourist!
If you can't tell, I had a blast with this game. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is one of the best games you can play right now on Game Pass. It has a great dedication to world building, with impeccable world design and puzzles. It has fun combat, great audio, and solid graphical work done. I saw some graphical glitches here and there, but I'm surprised by how minimal that was for a brand new released game. If you're a fan of this series, you should check this out because I think it appreciates the source material. But it's fun enough to convince any newcomers to try this one out as well. This game is a great release, and I highly recommend it. But that wraps it up for today. If you enjoyed this review, please leave a like as it really helps me out in the algorithm. Comment below if you played this and you hated it or loved it. Everybody's opinion is important. Subscribe to keep up with the retro Xbox content. And I want to give a huge shout out to my YouTube channel members. Thank you so much for your support. And I'll see you here next time at Camp Xbox.